behind and go and, like I say, lock everything up and start putting the shutters down and things like that. When these two lads walked in, I thought it was just last minute. We do get people walking in literally minutes before closing. And it was, right, okay, and then these two lads just made a beeline for me. And then I clicked at what they both had in their hand, and after that it was just, oh. I said, I don't have authorisation to open the tills. The only way I can open it is if somebody buys something. I can't. And he kept repeating himself, and him trying to shove me. And I remember sliding a little bit on the floor as he tried to shove me, and saw something out the corner of my eye. Don't know what it was, and I found out afterwards when my colleague told me. She just kind of looked at me and went, "It's not worth it. Come in." You can't just bottle this up. It's not something that you can. I am stubborn and I don't ask for help very often. And this is something that you can't just bottle up and solve yourself. You've got to ask for the help, or ask where the help is, and go and get the help. Otherwise, you end up taking it out on everybody else, and taking it out on people close to you that you don't want to take it out on. It kind of does help me get over it a little bit more. Yeah, I do still get upset about it every now and again. I think it's just the thought of having that thought at the back of my mind of I might not get to see my kids again, and that's.
We have some really good relationships with probation, with the local prisons in the North East, and the referral came via James to us. We then take that referral and obviously decide whether it's reasonable to contact the victim, if that's going to be fair. We're obviously very sensitive about that. We always firmly believe it's got to be the person who's been harmed. It's got to be their choice, and this is the offer. Would you be interested in even communicating with this person, and how would you best like to do that, and how can we look after you throughout that process?
I mean, even saying that I still had options at how the communication could be done. It could be done face to face, or it could be done via a letter and things like that. So it was, you still do get a choice, even if you don't have to sit in front of the person, you don't have to sit and see them, you don't have to be within 100 miles of them, but you've got the choice to letter. What I prefer to do. It's like I say, you can't read anybody from a letter. I prefer to do it face to face, and that's something that definitely I would advise people to do, definitely.
James was very adamant from the onset, really, that he wanted to be able to do whatever was going to best help Gemma. So he was very willing to kind of take responsibility for what he'd done, which is obviously another key part of being able to kind of progress into restorative justice. Do you hold accountability for what you've done? Do you want to try and put things right? Do you want to be able to tell the person you've harmed anything? Show your remorse, all of those things. Very much wanted to do. And
there's two sides to every story, and we've both got. I've said my piece. Like I said to you initially, like last time we met, it was. My main goal of meeting you in the prison was to make you feel guilty, and it worked. You have that little voice at the back of your head now that's going to put you off doing anything stupid again, and that was my major goal, which is what I said. And it was, I think my main goal that I said to you as well, Karen, was I just wanted him to make him feel guilty. You've apologised, and you've heard one side of my story, and you've got your own side, and you've apologised for it, and you've took ownership of what you did and owned up to. I'm disgusted with myself for what I did. Yeah. And I never ever plan to do it again.
But you did need the help and the support, and that's where Becky referred her into victim caring advice for that support. And consequently, we offer the emotional support so she could offload to us about her feelings, about what she was feeling, her thoughts, and we work alongside victims of crime to help them to try and recover from the impact, and our role is to empower them to move on.